Hey guys, my name is Riley Morningstar, but you already knew that, and today I come with a video response to a video that is going to be pretty controversial. Oh, basically this YouTuber, Dkrama, has done the task of compiling all of my controversies from 2021 to present day. You basically covering over all of the stuff I've said, all the stuff I've done, and times where I've made people angry, times where I've hurt people. I know that several other people have made videos about me, but unfortunately those videos have gotten their information from people who have spread around the very false information about me, very out of context stuff. The goal here is to debunk things that I didn't do and admit to things that I did do and apologize for my mistakes and hoping to move on from all the things I have done. Cool intro, not gonna lie.
Riley Morningstar nació el 1 de enero del 2005. A los 3 años fue diagnosticado con trastorno del espectro autista. Este diagnóstico estuvo acompañado de episodios intensos de crisis en su infancia, tan graves que requerían la intervención de sus padres, maestros e incluso la policía para ayudarle a calmarse. De aquí no hay más información sobre su infancia, así que pasaremos a sus inicios en las redes sociales. En 2015, Riley Morningstar creó su primer canal de YouTube en donde subió 3 videos relacionados con Five Nights at Freddy's. Sin embargo, sus padres lo eliminaron por su corta edad. Ese mismo año empezó a dibujar y escribir historias inspiradas en Five Nights at Freddy's. En 2017 lanzó un segundo canal con contenido de comedia y covers de piano, logrando 12 suscriptores en una semana, pero nuevamente sus padres lo cerraron. En 2018, Riley se declaró abiertamente homosexual, siendo aceptado por su familia y amigos. Sin embargo, enfrentó acoso escolar y problemas familiares, lo que derivó en una depresión severa y un intento de suicidio. A partir de ese verano comenzó a trabajar en su proyecto llamado Wolf Love. En 2019 Riley lanzó su primer episodio animado de Wolf Love Circus Show y ganó atención con un video exitoso, The Official Marble Hornet Kill Count. Aunque también experimentó bullying y aislamiento en la escuela, siguió creando contenido para su universo alternativo. Durante la pandemia, Riley intensificó su producción artística, creando más de 400 dibujos y episodios de su serie. En 2021 retomó contacto con White Wild, que se convirtió en su pareja y en una inspiración clave para su universo alternativo. Ese año Riley lanzó el videoclip animado Wolf Love Mother's Story tras 3 años de trabajo, obteniendo más de 50.000 vistas. En 2022 enfrentó agresiones físicas y la eliminación de su canal debido a reportes falsos, aunque creó otro canal para seguir compartiendo contenido de animaciones, música y videojuegos. Tuvo problemas técnicos que afectaron su frecuencia de publicación. Sin embargo, continuó trabajando en sus proyectos artísticos y musicales, mostrando resiliencia frente a los desafíos. Como mencionamos, Riley tuvo problemas en 2022, siendo que su canal fue eliminado por reportes falsos. Pero, ¿por qué? ¿Quiénes quieren perjudicarlo y cuál es la razón? Mientras creaba sus historias.
Okay, so basically here Dkarma is talking about my whole history of my time on the internet from as well as my childhood, which I don't really talk about because it is insanely sad. Basically he's talking about all the times I have made YouTube channels. He's talked about the creation of my FNAF AU. He's talked about me becoming gay, which was in 2018. He also talks about my partner who I've had since 2021. He's also talked about how I have experienced bullying from both high school and elementary school, as well as being assaulted for simply being gay. Life's just really depressing and stuff. And I've seen quite a few therapists in my life.
Historias y dibujos en los años que he mencionado también lo acompañaron polémicas. Se hicieron acusaciones de todo tipo en su contra, ya sea ser un acosador, un groomer, sofístico, un filópedo o un ladrón de arte. Todo empezaría un 2018 cuando los usuarios de DeviantArt se dieron cuenta que el arte de Riley era calcado de otros artistas, siendo una de estas una youtuber de 1 millón de suscriptores que se dedicaba al Five Nights at Freddy's, siendo reconocida en esta comunidad por sus covers. Este personaje sería muy importante en esta historia. Ella, al enterarse de que Riley le estaba calcando su arte, le pidió amablemente que no lo hiciera, o que si lo hacía, que al menos le diera créditos. Y es que no solo robaba el arte, sino que también lo vendía como suyo, quitando la marca de agua de NamyG para poner el suyo. Tras estas acusaciones, Riley se excusó de que su madre había fallecido y que su padre estaba gravemente enfermo, lo cual lo afectó, y es por eso que decidió usar referencias para sus dibujos. Esto lo dijo tras su confrontación contra NamyG en Twitter, pero no hay evidencia que confirme la veracidad de la excusa que Riley hizo, y fue visto como un intento de desviar la atención de las acusaciones. En los años recientes,
Okay, so here he talks about the subject of NamyG or NamyG, who have already done a video. To add a little context of who NamyG is, she is this mentally ill woman. She's been stealing my heart. She's been stealing my art since as early as 2015. Can you believe that? She's been preying on me since I was 10 years old. Well, within these 10 years of my life, she has not learned how to draw on her own. She has not only stolen art from me, she has stolen art from Cartoon Network, she has stolen artwork from Disney, she has traced other drawings and stuff, she has stolen ideas. I've talked to the police in her city, I've emailed them back and forth, or I've talked to lawyers to try and sue her for slander, defamation, copyright, but unfortunately, lawyers in my city, including lawyers that are in my family, have said that they cannot help because she is from Mexico and I would have to travel there. This whole thing about me saying, my mother passed away and my father has bone cancer, that is completely false. I have never said that. A pretty much a fake screenshot. Um, this profile picture here, I don't know, it's just everything here is also low quality, and this profile picture looks oddly low quality. If this was a real screenshot, this would be very much high quality. Um, so So other than that, this is completely false. I have never said my father had bone cancer. I've also never said my mom passed away. My parents are very much both alive and very much healthy.
y fue se intercambiaron varios directos en donde se acusaban a otro de robar arte, ser groomer o ser un pedófilo. Como por ejemplo, NamyG hizo un directo el 20 de junio del 2024 hablando sobre toda esta polémica, en donde muestra de manera consistente las acciones de Riley, presentando evidencia de robo de arte, acoso y comportamiento inapropiado, incluyendo grooming. A eso ya pasaremos más adelante. Su respuesta ha sido respaldada por testimonios de otras víctimas y ha llevado a acciones legales y reportes de policía. Junto a estas acusaciones hablaron de otras cosas que Riley hizo, y en la descripción se compartió un folder mostrando estas supuestas pruebas, obviamente censurado, y no les daré el link.
So here he talks about how Nami made a live stream on June 20th where I was supposed to appear, and the original stream idea was to prove who was the actual artist. But when I went to talk to my therapist about how I planned on proving myself, my therapist told me, no, you should not do this. You need to cut all contact with her. And I even told my therapist, no, I cannot do that. But he insisted that I did for my mental health to get better. And I took his advice. Nami has said that it was just me making excuses and being a coward, which simply is not true. I simply took my therapist's advice, and unfortunately, she made the whole defamation slander video about me, giving fake screenshots, showing out of context screenshots, censoring images to make it look like I did something. The testimonies are also just people who are Nami fans and are just glazing her.
accusations.
Esta primera carpeta muestra a gente del server del Discord en donde dicen que tienen 15 años, otros dicen que tienen 14. Yendo más a fondo, vemos que Riley mandaba NSFW, ya muchos sabrán lo que es, a este server. No solo dibujos, sino que también no real, links, fotos explícitas, un tipo con cabeza de furry, etc. Más adelante nos encontramos a personas defendiendo a Riley, una diciendo que siendo menor ya había visto este contenido para adultos y que no le afectaba demasiado. Otro con el nombre de Cancel NamyG dice que Riley nunca mostró NSFW o hizo algo sexual con un menor, que todo NSFW que fue visto por un menor es por su propia culpa, que Riley jamás hizo canales de Discord con el contenido que leerán aquí.
Okay, so here he talks about my former Discord server. Now, what he doesn't talk about, and most of these people who make videos about me don't mention, is that I was a minor during all of this. All these people who you see in the screenshots, I've known since I was 15 years old, and I'm still friends with some of them. Example for here, this is one of my drawings I made in, I believe, 2017, 2018. And if you notice here, it says September 19th, 2022. Now, I was born, like he said, I was born January 1st, 2005, which means I was 17, which means I was a minor while everyone else here was also around the same age as me. I'm not sure what these screenshots are, but I do know that this screenshot is definitely 100% fake if they are talking about it being in my public server, which I have since taken down. As for this one, I'm not sure if she will come up again, but just to clarify, this person was at my server, but she also is a very big liar about things and has lied about her age quite a lot.
Cancel NamyG.
This one from Cancel NamyG, this belongs to my friend. I've seen people say, oh, it belongs to Riley Morningstar every time. Every time Riley's offline, they go online. These people have never heard of time zones. My friend who runs this account has said some pretty stupid shit, and I am not a fan of it.
En este segundo folder se muestra cómo Riley ha intentado comunicarse con YouTube para que le borren el canal a Nami, se burla de su físico, se burla con gente que le hacen fotos sexualizadas, fotos o dibujos sexualizados a Nami, ha intentado raidear el stream de Nami para que se lo borren y un montón de cosas más. Ya por último tenemos este tweet subido no sé cuándo que dice que Nami pagará por toda la difamación que se le está haciendo a su persona, que esto ya no es de simplemente acusaciones de arte calcado, sino de cosas más graves.
Okay, so let me quickly go back because a lot of that went by quickly. So going back to this screenshot right here, it says she looks like a horse. Looks like those braces didn't work. Basically, I'm making fun of her. I'm pretty sure it's called an upper bite, but I basically make fun of her appearance, and it was 100% wrong of me to say, and I apologize for that deeply. However, her friends have made fatphobic jokes about me, making fun of my own appearance, because throughout 2021 to 2024, I gained a lot of weight during COVID-19. My therapist has diagnosed me with an eating disorder and like binge eating. And this year I started making a change to lower my weight. This one says, let's go to NamyG's live stream and type hashtag cancel NamyG and justice for Riley Morningstar. Yes, I said that. I really didn't think it would be all that bad. I'm pretty sure like 20 people typed cancel Namy, if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure all those people got blocked. Unfortunately, I don't see anything wrong with this. I made fun of Namy's failed subscription service, and in response, she posted a picture of my cousins and my family at my grandparents having Christmas, basically doxing me, showing private pictures, which she, even in her live stream, said, oh, it was fake. Meanwhile, there were multiple people who witnessed it and even called her out for it. I had to translate this one. It says, like, you know what? Since you want to cancel people, I will not stop stealing your art. Art. Basically something along the lines of that. Again, with the really low quality profile picture, my artwork has never looked like that.
Ya por último,
Here she's talking about some police report. I don't even remember what the police report was. The foundation she's talking about is called the Kidney Foundation of Canada. And basically she's saying that it's a foundation for victims of abuse, but when in reality it's to help raise money for people who have kidney for people who had kidney disease to help research to I think prevent it.
esta persona. Este tercer folder muestra una captura de pantalla de mensajes que esta persona, no sé quién, quizás Nami o alguien que quiere exponer a Riley, estuvo contactándose con los familiares y escuela de Riley. Le envió toda la información al padre de lo que Riley había hecho, pero este no respondió. Sin embargo, la madre vio los mensajes y tuvieron una charla. La madre defendiendo un poco a su hijo, diciendo que Nami no era indiferente a Riley sobre el tema de calcar dibujos, que los demás temas delicados no quiso hablar de ella. Hasta trataron de contactarse con la abuela. Y bien, en este folder también se muestra cómo se contactaron con la escuela, poniéndoles lo mismo que a los padres, y estos también contestaron.
Okay, so here they talk about how Nami and I think a friend of hers contacted both my parents, my grandmother, and my school, which is harassment, by the way. Mother was the one who mainly talked to, I'm pretty sure it was Nami, and my mom kept telling them to stop contacting them, which this person did obviously not do, and basically just harassing my parents. As for the school, well, I was talked about where basically they were saying, oh, I was harassing people from my high school. I was sending nudes to people in my high school. Principal, my vice principal got involved. They looked into this person and they simply said that Nami was a crazy person and they did not believe them. And probably like the only good thing my high school ever did.
Bueno, esta sección no hace falta que de detalles, es simplemente Riley doxeando a Nami y otra cuenta que se dedica a destruir a Nami, que también la doxearía, ya que al parecer Nami también habría doxeado a Riley, pero eso es tema de otro video.
This screenshot is actually of a fake IP thing that originally was commented on my Instagram back when I used Instagram. Here I'm talking with David Rome, who used to be this big person who would compile all of this evidence against me, and um I basically gave him this whole fake IP thing, which isn't even a real IP that I know of. It's not real.
Esta sección
I mean, the screenshot is real, but the whole IP thing is completely
no hace
fake.
falta que
It still wasn't good of me to do.
de detalles, es simplemente Riley doxeando a Nami y otra cuenta.
So here again, my friend who runs this account posted all this information about Nami. Number one, this is insanely bad, insane breach of privacy. But no, it was not me. They keep saying that, oh, I'm the one who runs this account, but they don't really have any proof about that. The only proof they have is when my friend goes offline, I come online, and when I go online, he goes offline. My friend here, he's from Japan, and if anyone with a brain would know, there's something called time zones. If it's day here in Canada, it will be night in Japan, right? I'm pretty sure this whole thing was in response to when Nami posted my parents' address. I wasn't living with them at the time because I had managed to get my own apartment in June, but he posted that in response, and I think also because Truthmare, another mentally ill person who actually went to my house to take pictures of my door while I was living with my family. They also went to my high school. They would take pictures of me walking to home, walking to school. But as far as I know, this has been taken down after I told them, hey, take this down for like the 8th time. And I don't know, I haven't checked their account in a while.
El séptimo folder nos presentaría a una tipa llamada Vanessa de 16 años, como se muestra en el documento. Actualmente Vanessa tiene 17 años. Nos muestran varias capturas de ella charlando con Riley. Luego otra chica llamada Kat le cuenta a Nami lo siguiente. Luego hay otra persona que dice haber tenido 9 años cuando conoció a Riley y que conversaba con él a los 10 años, y en donde él le mandaba NSFW. De aquí no sé si esta tipa tiene 9 o 10 años, la verdad es algo que no se puede comprobar y no hay evidencia. Se muestra también a una persona llamada Snowball. Este era un miembro activo del server de Discord creado por Riley para corromper a menores. Se le acusó a Snow de haber colaborado con Riley en la creación de este servidor y de haber participado en las actividades maliciosas que se desarrollaban ahí.
The answer is simply no. So Cartoon Fee, they are non-binary, but back when all this happened, I'm pretty sure they identified that they were born a woman, and along with Kat, she is also a old friend of mine who was talked about earlier. I If you remember me saying, number one, 2018, I came out as gay. So why would a gay man be attracted to a woman? And I can't believe I have to say that a gay man can't be attracted to a woman. They're gay. They like men. If this is a real screenshot, this would be when I was 6 months, 20 days, and 18 years old. I also knew Cartoon Fee when I was 17 years old and she was 15. It was 2 years. So Kat is very much not someone writing ahead. Um, she has lied about her age so many times that I don't even know what age she is now. When I first met her, she said she was 16, then she said she was 15, then she said she was 10 years old, then she said she was 13 years old. So you really can't take her word. Or she has gone on to say, "Oh, Riley grooms me," and then all of a sudden, the next day, she'll be like, "Oh, Riley didn't groom me. I was just saying that because people were telling me he did." And she keeps going back and forth from being my fan to NamyG's fan, and it's really confusing. Kat Kat has made some extremely offensive comments. She has also associated herself with people who have drawn lolicon, and she has impersonated old friends of mine. She has also tried to dox me and my boyfriend numerous times. She is 100% not a trustworthy source of information about me. Here she says in 2020 that she was 9 years old, but like I said, she would lie about her age. She would lie about I think she even lied about being an adult one time, now that I think of it. But in 2020, I would have been 15. 2021, she would have been 10 years old, but again, lying about her age. I would have been 16, and at that time, we would send NSFW of Wolf Love as like jokes. Like I would take a drawing and like just enlarge, like, I don't know, the face, the head, a random body parts. At the time, I didn't think it was wrong because we had been friends for such a long time. And as it says, I was a minor in 2021, which this guy forgets to mention again. A lot of the stuff that I did, I was a minor, and these people forget to mention that. I look back on it now, and yes, I thought it was fine because I was a minor and we were friends. But now that I'm older and have a better grasp on situations, I know that this wasn't really a good thing to do, and I apologize. But no, I did not groom Cat. I did not groom Cartoon Fee. I had to skip this section because I don't want Nami possibly striking this video down, because every time I try to defend myself, try to show evidence of stuff I didn't do, she would always like try to get it censored or stuff like that. Basically, she talks about my friend Snowball, who runs the Cancel Nami Gaga Twitter account, talking about how we apparently have the same speech, or the way we type stuff, the way we word stuff. There's like 8 billion people in the world, and she thinks it's two people. That's ridiculous. The same thing when people defend me, say, "Oh, we love your art. Oh, you, Riley, it's okay. You didn't do anything bad." She thinks that it's an alt of mine. And like I said, 8 billion people in the world. She thinks it's only one person. She also says that apparently I hacked her Twitter account, which isn't true. One, I don't know anything about hacking. Don't know anything about coding. I don't know anything about computers. All I know is they go beep boop bop. Boop. What actually happened was she sent NSFW to minors on Twitter because they got her angry, and everyone reported her account for sending porn to minors, and it got taken down. And additionally, she blames her Twitter being hacked on her ex-girlfriend Melly Butterfly, who Namy had groomed, sent nudes to. Ooh. And then suddenly she started blaming it on me, and she has since said that it was me. She also blamed her whole channel being hacked on Melly at one point.
Y bien, muchas de las carpetas no las entiendo a la perfección, ya que son capturas tiradas así nomás, sin ningún contexto. Hay folders donde se habla de las parafilias turbias que Riley tenía, como la Sofía, espero que me entiendan, en donde publicaba ese contenido. También el incesteo, en donde también compartía este tipo de contenido.
Okay, so here's one of the screenshots that have been heavily altered and heavily taken out of context. Okay, so here it says trigger warning real images of zoophilia. And this was on my old Twitter account, which actually got suspended for posting a very gory drawing that I made. But the original screenshot is thankfully still up. Here's the original screenshot. So from here it says trigger warning real images of zoophilia. Is the original posted by David Rome, who was very against me, who tried to compile evidence. This is the original screenshot, and let me just refresh it. So here, fake screenshot, heavily edited, real screenshot, provided by a Namy fan who was trying to get me off the internet. So to all the people saying, "Oh, Riley is a zoophile," here's your proof that I'm not a zoophile and that I was simply calling out a Namy Gaga fan for posting zoophile. Okay. Here he talks about my old fetish where I was into incest, specifically father and son, but this fetish was with consenting adults, so 18 and over. This one right here, I can just tell you right now, has nothing to do with incest, but it's just Bowser. So here he uploads like fake screenshots and stuff, calling me a art thief. This was a private commission, but the commissioner has actually worked with Namy to, one, pay me to get drawings from me and send all of the work in progress screenshots all to Namy, and send the watermark version to Namy. I'll put up the actual drawing without my watermarks as proof. Here they make it seem like I posted this in 2022 when originally I did post it in 2021. My Discord server started in 2022, so I was just uploading all of my old artwork. That's not really proof that I stole. This is very obviously not how I draw, not how I color. This over here is the original. I think they made like a very low effort redraw and made it seem like I drew this when this is actually mine. So here I talk about a comment I made a long time ago, and basically what was happening, there was this really weird thing that was going on Twitter where a bunch of Spanish people, specifically women, were talking about, oh, minors and adults can be in romantic relationships. It was really weird. Now, first off, obviously not all Spanish women are pedos. But here I said, who do you think you are, Namy? Why is it always the Spanish women who are predators? This was really fucking stupid of me to say. I think it's ridiculous to say that I'm misogynistic over one thing I said. which obviously I am really sorry for. I didn't know the full context, and I deeply apologize for it. Who I offended with this comment. It was never my intention to offend people. Oh, I should have never commented it, and I'm really sorry. Oh, so I've seen this screenshot going around, and I can just tell you right now, it's not a real screenshot. I have searched all of my Discord messages and was never able to find these conversations.
Gustado ver la pelea que tuvieron en Twitter y ponerlo en el video, pero sus cuentas en las cuales tenían conflicto fueron borradas y Riley creó otra, pero está privada. Así que, bueno, lo último que tenemos.
Okay, so here he says that I created a new account and privated, which isn't true. I do have a new Twitter account that I made February this year. And right as I made my new Twitter account, Nami made a new Twitter account. Just another that just shows that she's stalking me and completely copying everything I do.
Tenemos de este caso es un video subido el 15 de octubre del 2024 de Nami mostrando cómo Riley le envió un mensaje a su novia diciendo lo siguiente: tu novia Erika Naomi Gómez Alania, quien por los últimos 3 años me ha difamado y acusado. Tengo las pruebas de todo. Ha cometido fraude con mi trabajo, me ha acusado de actos asquerosos hacia menores sin ninguna prueba, ha hecho screenshots falsos de mí diciendo o haciendo cosas que nunca pasaron, ha ido tan lejos que hasta trató de que me expulsaran de mi escuela, trató que me arrestaran, me ha doxeado 7 veces y ha pagado a personas para que me doxeen a mí, a mi colegio, a mi casa o a mi familia. Aquí hay un link de las cosas que me ha hecho y de las cosas que ha hecho ella. Esto incluye ella siendo una pedófila, una sofía, dibujar CP e incluso ha ido a citas y abusado de 2 menores. Con todo esto nadie le cree, yo tengo las pruebas de todo, todos lo tienen. Ella dice que nadie me cree, pero no tiene pruebas de ello. Oh, espera, tú también sabes de todo esto. Tú has defendido a una persona que debe ir a prisión. Espero que te des cuenta que estás defendiendo a un criminal. Cuando tenga el dinero suficiente, iré a tu ciudad, Monterrey, Nuevo León, y demandaré a Nami ahí.
So here they talk about an incident that happened last year in October, and where this person pretended to be me, sent her a message. Pretty sure this is, what was it, Facebook? Um, and basically they're saying like, "Oh, we're gonna come get you. We're gonna come get Nami." It was not me. I'm pretty sure that day, if I remember correctly, I had college that day, and I had it like at 12 in the morning. I don't even know when this was. I can't even see when this was sent. Here's the whole message I sent to Nami about 3 days later, telling her like, "Hey, this wasn't me. Let's put aside our differences and figure out who did this because it was not me." I really do not know who it was, and whoever did do it needs to fucking apologize for it, and because it's insane that they would target someone who had nothing to do with the fucking stuff Nami had done. And I don't even know her girlfriend's name. Also, I do know that she goes by Luna. I do know she goes by Luna because that's what Nami calls her, but I've also seen Nami say that the person even contacted her girlfriend's family, but she's never shown proof of that.
Veremos lo que pasa más adelante de este caso, ya que al igual que Riley, NamyG intentó denunciar a Riley a la policía canadiense en varias ocasiones. Según sus declaraciones, contactó a las autoridades al menos 3 veces, pero solo en 2 ocasiones le dieron atención. En su directo mencionó que había hecho estos intentos debido al acoso y amenazas que ha recibido desde 2019, recibiendo la respuesta de que Riley había sido advertido de cesar sus actividades. Sin embargo, no recibió más apoyo para que avanzara con la denuncia. Nami también intentó contactar abogados para presentar una denuncia formal, pero encontró obstáculos debido a su ubicación en México, lo que complicó el proceso legal contra Riley en Canadá. Riley no se quedaría callado, ya que después del directo de NamyG exponiéndolo el 20 de junio del 2024, este hizo un directo el 15 de agosto acusándola de muchos delitos y que ella le calcó el arte no solo a él, sino que a otras personas también, pero eso lo dejaremos en otro video. Habrá video de NamyG, ya que al igual que mostró la...
Okay, well, that's weird. There's no more captions. What the fuck? He talks about the whole legal issues that happened. So basically, we both were trying to sue each other for defamation, copyright theft, all that. She says that the police talked to me when I've, one, never gotten a phone call from them, two, never been visited by them. She says that the police contacted me when, one, I never got a phone call from them, and two, they've never shown up on my door. Or she's also forged evidence. She's also made like fake videos saying like, "Oh yeah, we talked to Riley and all that." On the contrary, the police have talked to Namy actually, although they haven't done anything. It's highly likely that she did report me to the police, and the police in my city just did nothing about it because the police in my city have a reputation of not doing their job. On top of this, it seems like Dkrama did bare minimum to research my case. Because in this video, I provide evidence, the same evidence I'm giving right now, to disprove all of her allegations she made about me. It's the same thing that Ben did, not doing the bare minimum of research. And possibly the same with Alex, who clearly also didn't do his research and only watched Namy's videos about me. Clearly they didn't watch my video because around like the halfway point I start debunking all the allegations she made about me. Unfortunately, I do not know what the rest of the video says because the captions cut off. We learned that I did make that I did make stupid comments, that I did do some stupid actions, but what I definitely didn't do is grooming or pedophilia. And that was my main concern, is debunking the whole grooming allegations. Like, I really do not give a shit if you think I'm an art thief. What my main concern is if you think I'm some Peter Scully wannabe, which is absolutely heartbreaking. It's unfortunate that only people listen to one side and don't listen to the whole story. But that's basically it. A lot of the lies told were from Namy, who is a confirmed mythomaniac, who is a confirmed self-admitted pedophile, who is just projecting, who is just making stuff up to protect her image. It's been very difficult. The last 6 months of my life have been very difficult. I have spiraled into depression and stuff, and I've even tried to like take my own life because of all these allegations. False allegations are extremely hurtful, and it's important that you do your research, that you look at both sides of the story, that you interview people instead of just watching a video by someone who is a proven liar and stuff. I really hope this video will help you change your view on me and show that I have done some stupid things that I regret and that should have never happened. Despite the things I've done, which all happened when I was a minor, it doesn't take away from the fact that I made some pretty poor choices in my late teenage years, and I'm really sorry for that. I'm not sure when this video will come out. It might be in a week, it might be in a month, it might be the end of the year. I don't know. Depends if I'm alive or not. Thank you so much for listening to my side of things. I hope you all have a good day, night, week, month, or life. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.